Hi, welcome to Ghost Prime Transformers Reviews. In this video, I'll be taking a look at Earthrise Smokescreen. Now, he is another one of the Dotson-esque Transformers that are coming out now with Earthrise. He is of course, updated Generation 1 character, Smokescreen. He is a very nice update. Now, what's interesting about this particular mold is he is the only one out of the trio, Prowl, Smokescreen, and Bluestreak, that is a mainline wave. The other ones are exclusives. Bluestreak being Walgreens and Amazon for Prowl, which is actually in a 2-pack. So it's interesting that they're doing that. They're really splitting it up, which might be annoying to get all three. I hate it when they do that. I really, really hate it when they do that. It makes it difficult to get all three, and these are just a trio that look really good together and are kind of one of those must-haves. So I'm not really particularly fond of the strategy on selling these, but he looks great. He is beautifully decorated. His number is 80, which is very strange. Now, originally in G1, he was number 38. The actual car that this is based off of is 83, and this is 80. And I try to do lots of research and try to figure out why it's 80. I cannot figure it out. The best I could come up with was the original copyright stamp was 1980 for the Dotson Fairlady Z. That's the best I could come up with. Even that might be a stretch. If you happen to know, please leave it down in the comments because I'm at a loss here. So there's a couple things that I don't like about this figure, and there are a lot of things I do like. He definitely ticks the boxes as far as Smokescreen is concerned. Now, Smokescreen showed up originally in Season 2 of the animated series, and he was a 1985 release originally. So he wasn't in the first line of toys. He came in the year after, which made him have a rub sign. This one does not have a rub sign, however. He just has the single Autobot logo on the chest, which he doesn't actually have a number on the chest. Maybe some toy hacks could get some of these number things straight with this guy. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. And as we normally do, we're going to start off with some very quick look at the packaging here. There's not a lot of difference from Bluestreak, so it just going to be real quick. A couple of differences to note. The weapons are on the top, not the bottom. Again, something different if you want to notice it. There it is. Here's the side. We get that a nicely rendered image of Smokescreen here. There's light shining, face sort of grimacing, kneeling down, in the heat of battle. On the back, you get the pictures of him in both robot and alt mode. A couple things to note here that are different from the final model in this render are the clear windows and the clear pieces of plastic, glass, whatever on the headlights here. That is different than the toy, and it has a darker, maybe black or gray weapons, the shoulder weapons here, the shoulder mounted weapons, which I really wish they had some variance in color there. However, he still retains 80 and is pretty posable, as you can see here. On the side, you have the Siege standard image. Top, Autobot logo, Siege logo, and the bottom is just information. And of course, inside the package, you do get the instruction sheet, which again is very nice. And it shows you could put his shoulder launchers on the gun like that, and they could be all one piece. The render is of Smokescreen. So you got to transform and how to read the hidden map piece. And speaking of the map piece, you also get the map piece as well. Let's see if we can actually get in on there and see what it says. I haven't looked at it either, so this will be a first for me. And it looks like it says Junkion. See if you can see that. I think we got that one already. And I can't really read what this is. So that might be an error. I am not sure, but this doesn't look quite right. But there's Junkion in there. And of course you get the shoulder mounted cannons, which are exactly the same as they were on Bluestreak. They are these little pieces here, the holes on the side. You get two of them. And you get his gun. They are molded in the same color blue as the figure is. Now, one thing to note about this gun is there's been a lot of reports of people breaking this piece off here. Really, when you're trying to get out of the package, do not try to get out of the package from there. Try to get this part off first, pop it out that way, and then go that way. Do not try to push it in the middle. You're gonna break it. It's a small piece. Just don't get in there and hulk it, man. Like, seriously. Just be gentle with it, and it'll come out fine. And of course, what we're all buying this for is the figure himself. Let me get the camera nice and in on this guy. And here he is. So he does look great. The colors pop. The different finishes on him are very nice. He is just a really, really good looking figure. He's, got the same detail as Blue Streak. The darker window really helps hide a lot of the imperfections, like here. You can't see through it very easily. Maybe a little bit more than you can in person with the light shining on it, but it looks fantastic. Very, very nice looking figure. He does have a different chest piece and has a different head sculpt, as he should, which is awesome. And let's try if I can get in on that head just a little bit here. All right, getting in close on that head sculpt. He's got nice blue painted eyes. He's very, very much like the masterpiece version of this head sculpt here. It's kind of a flat white, if you notice here on the face, as to where the yellow is more of a shiny, glossy yellow for the I don't know, called the brow piece here. He has that big chin area, like he should, like he was shown on the cartoon. Very nice. And this other molded piece here has some ridges in the intake going in here. Overall, nicely detailed. I actually really like the dark plastic on the glass there, which you can see through a little bit. The right light, it kind of makes a nice little, see-through on the headlights there. I think it looks very good. You will notice he does not have a front number here. On his wing door, he has the 80. It's painted tampographed on there. And just going down, just take a look at all the detail here. I do wish that he had some paint on the wheels and some paint elsewhere, which I'll get into in the car mode. Wonderful detail on the inside of the doors, just like Blue Streak. Even detail on the back of the head. Nicely done. And getting into his weapon will fit. It has 5mm pegs on either side, which means you can put it here. You could store it in the back, like so. He has ports on the side here. He can hold on to his weapon. And these also can go on the side of either side here, and you can hold on either side. But the accurate place for them is the shoulder-mounted cannons, like so. So let's get into a few comparisons, shall we? First up, here he is with Generation 1. That white is not nearly that yellow. It is a bit yellow, but it's not nearly that yellow. The legs look yellow on camera. They are not yellow in life, I guess. So if you notice, let's go turn him around too. Very similar back. Really nice update to him. I mean, the side view there. Of course, it doesn't have the extra Autobot logo, which is something I've always really liked on the Generation 1s. And here he is next to the Masterpiece. As you can see, there are a few differences. He has white thighs instead of these silver here, which is more cartoon accurate. But he also has the nice smoky glass, as the Masterpiece does, which is great that they went that route. I'm really glad they went that route. Let's see him from the side and the back. Now, he doesn't have the doors. The doors can only go back and forth. They cannot go up like this, like the Masterpiece can. That would be really cool if they did that. I can understand that. probably would add a lot of cost to it, and they just don't need to. Again, not sure why 38 and 80. They obviously could have used the 38. So one of the things that I do like about the Masterpiece that I think this one should have retained is the shoulder mounted cannons and how big they are. That's how he looks in the cartoon. It'd be really nice to have those same ones there, or something very similar to the Siege one. And the Siege one was very similar to that and had a larger mount right there. So I don't have the Siege Smokescreen to compare them to, but I do have the same mold here, which is Barricade. Let's get in to see the differences in the head. You can see much more robotic, Cybertronian looking, much smoother looking. But if you notice the shoulders. Now I have not tried to see if these could actually fit on the Smokescreen version, so you're doing this live. And they do fit, which they could look a little better. Maybe that's a little too tall there, but that's kind of what I mean. It could kind of look a little better like that. So if you have the Smokescreen from Siege and you do prefer these larger ones, you might want to go that direction with the shoulder-mounted cannons. I will probably be 3D printing some. So articulation and transformation is exactly the same as Blue Streak. Please check out my Blue Streak video if you would like to see the transformation and the articulation. Still pretty good articulation, really nice poses, very cool, really cool figure. You get some in some nice poses that you could actually stand them up in, which is cool. So I'm just gonna fast forward the transformation here, and we'll get to the car mode. And here he is in car mode. So let's take a look in car mode real fast. Let's get up real close here. You can see he has no sponsor decals, which would be really nice if he had some sponsor decals. Toy Hacks maybe could remedy that a bit. Otherwise, the transformation is relatively the same as Blue Streak. This comes off real nice, and if you look, he uses the same flat paint for the bumper here, and a semi-gloss for the paintwork on top with the flat white on the side, and then of course the plastic is shiny. So it gives like it's really nice. It's really nice differences in finish, I think, and they kind of match the plastic finish with the paint on the top of the roof here. It does lack any type of paint on the back here at all. Blue Streak does have the taillights painted and the black piece right here, the middle painted. It would have been nice to see that on this. It also doesn't have the wheels painted here, and you could really see some unsightly clips in the middle. It's something that I'm not super big fan of. I could forgive it considering, just look at that. It is really nice, and it rolls super well. Just like the other ones, you could add the guns to the front. They are compatible with the blast effects. But let's take these out and do some comparisons with this guy. All right, here he is with the Generation 1 original. As you can see, it's very close to the Generation 1 original, which is really cool. Again, I would love to see some toy hacks. Maybe get this little stripe here, the front number, maybe the correct number, and some sponsorships possibly, but that's how it compares to the Generation 1 Smokescreen. So it's super close. It is such a great update. And here he is with the Masterpiece. And as you can see, the Masterpiece looks actually a whole lot like the actual race car, which was a Datsun. And this guy looks more like the G1. Definitely takes a lot more cues from G1, but actually has that Datsun look, which is just awesome. More of a rounded front, kind of slopey in the front, which does look really good on the character in robot mode. It gives him more of a cartoon look than this guy with the blocky front end. So overall, they match pretty well. I really do like how much he looks like Smokescreen. He's a beautiful character. One last comparison with Barricade here, because again, I don't have the Siege version because I knew they were coming out with Earthrise and I didn't want to double up. I only have so much space. So in conclusion here, I love this guy. His color deco is beautiful. I love the different paintwork, the different finishes on it. It actually sets it off beautifully. The darker plastic here for the glass windows and the headlights look really nice. So you can't see through, it looks solid. He looks like a mini masterpiece. He does have some of the shortcomings of Blue Streak, as in these don't peg in very well. I wish that he had larger guns on his shoulders, like kind of animation accurate, because when you get this animation accurate, it'd be really nice to have the shoulders be a little different. It's a minor nitpick. Even if they were just a different color, that would be nice. I might try to make a 3D printed G1 version here for these guys. Toy Hacks could do a lot for this too, as sponsored decals, the correct number. There's some upgrades you could get, but he's great out of the box. And he's a mainline, wide release right now. You could go to the store and find him. You may be able to find him online, shipped to your door. He is an excellent figure and a very, very much must-have. Even if you can't find the other two, which is unfortunate, and I, again, do not like how they do that, he's worth picking up. So if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs down if you have to. Ring the bell for notifications. I'll see you next time. Oh, subscribe!